Welcome back to another great episode of Kyndra's Corners with a Shade. You know what, man? I don't know what it is about body hair. Like we got hair that comes out of our butt, and I don't understand that. And why? Like why? I gotta keep shaving this. Kendra's Corner is a podcast that's dedicated to comedy, interviews, all of the great things that you can think about in life, right? I do matchmaking on here. I do your taxes, everything. Before I do all that, I got to bring my special guest to the stage. Before I bring my special guest to the stage, please make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on because I don't need y'all missing any more of these exclusive interviews, roasts, everything. People get married on my show, and that'll be me one day. First person and probably the only person I'm going to bring to the stage because, hey, this is at this point, this is just charity work. Like, hey, come support me, come on my show. She likes doing lashes, knowing she just played with her man's balls. And that's why I had to stop seeing Ebony. Girl, I did not want to keep smelling like mongoose piss. Tell your man to please wash his balls, okay? What is wrong with him? And
you? Listen, love, I done went and got that man some baking soda and some Dial soap, the orange bar. Y'all know which bar I'm talking about. I had to lather that thing up. I said, look, just get up underneath there. You got to scrub that thing. The baking soda is gonna neutralize that odor, but he don't listen, y'all. So, hey.
You know what? That's why, let me tell you something, man. That's why dealing with a man that first week, maybe week and a half is fire. Okay, and that's why I keep getting a new one. Because after that trial period ends, baby, I'm done. Let me ask you this question before you. And first, I'll thank you so much for, breaking your podcast, Kyndra's Corner Virginity. Okay, I appreciate you because I know you out there hanging out with Pastor Troy. You just finished doing a demo and everything, and yeah, Pharrell touched down on the beat and whatnot. And you said, let me go ahead and take time for Kyndra. Thank you so much. I want to ask you, speaking of men, right? When was there a time that you said, you know what? And I feel like this segues into our our random poll about the craziest thing that either you've seen someone do or after, once they reach their breaking point. What was the thing that you did with a man that you, without incriminating yourself, that you was like, you know what, baby, either you go to jail, you get out of here, I'm out of here, and I'm going to jail. I don't want that.
Ooh, I'm pretty tamed when it comes to retaliation, but I will absolutely incriminate myself because I don't care if I said it, then I meant it. Do about it. But I was breaking up with my second child's father,
okay.
And
How was that to you? Can you adopt me?
We ain't got no money, but I might be able to get some extra food stamps with you on my case. So you know what? We'll talk about that after the show. But I was putting his stuff out, and I was real calm about it. I folded up his stuff, put it in the bags, put it in the middle of the floor. Hey, you're gonna have to come get your stuff. Okay, it's done and over with. But I kept his watch, his very expensive watch. I don't even know who the brand was, but I just know it was really expensive, and I kept it. And I was gonna pawn it. I was gonna give it to my new man. I didn't know whether or not I wanted to smash it. And for like weeks, he was like, "You ain't seen my watch?" I was like, I don't know nothing about no watch. I ain't seen no watch. Ask that girl you was with about that watch. How about that? But eventually, I eventually just gave it back. I was like, "Oh, I found it under the bed," because I felt so bad. Because I was like, you know what? If I take this watch to the pawn shop, that's gonna be the day that God come back with his trumpets and I'm there exchanging this watch for some money and just I'm like, God, I'm not a thief. I'm not a thief. So that's probably the worst thing. I'm really I'm a leaver. So I don't typically I don't get any type of retaliation. The retaliation is you will never touch me ever again in your life. And then I like to lose about a good 10, 15 pounds. So when you see me, you're like, yeah, yes, I done did my squats, my booty done got fatter, the stomach done got flatter, and I done got a lot cuter, and you can't touch me.
Listen. I know how how that diet is that regimen. That's that cocaine that helps you lose that weight. Let me say this. I am that. Yeah, I'm glad that was the Holy Spirit speaking to you. Like you better not. Like you have a conscience. Some folks do not care They do not care at all. Let me ask you this question before I go to my, start off with the interesting news. Was there some, like how you said that you had hid his, watch for a little while? Was there ever somebody that you dated and you realized that they kept, like, that you knew deep down in your intuition said they have it, they're lying, and they, like, you pretty much like, hey, have you seen my shirt? And they, claim that they didn't, but then one day they pop out and say, oh, I think this is yours. Have you ever had that happen to you, reverse mode?
Not in a relationship, but something a little similar. So back in my little heyday, child, I had went and I picked up a friend and we was, smoking and stuff like that. So she was down on her luck. So the weed man was running some kind of special. So I got 3 for her, 3 for me. Back then you can get 3 for 10. So, it wasn't no big deal. And
what? How long ago was this? When is that window period?
Girl, this was probably like 2010. This was.
Yeah, I wasn't smoking at that time.
That's when we had seasoned stems, baby. Now it's. You smoke one with a seed. Now you get a headache. Like it was just a thing. But so we came back to the house. You know what I'm saying? We smoked a blunt, whatever. And then it's time for her to go, and I got to go take her home. She can't find one. She missing one of her sacks, and she's just is magically disappeared. Now, how did you lose? Not you thought I was so generous. Not you thought I had so much money that I was about to give you one of my sacks. No, ma'am. And a lot of people think I'm green. I'm not green. I just, it takes a lot to push me out of character. Yeah. So once you see me lose it, please believe it. Somebody has pushed me out of character. So a lot of people assume that I'm goofy and I'm silly. So I'm green. I don't see stuff. I don't peep stuff. No, see, we be letting you know when evil lurks. So
listen, Ebony, hold on. I just thought about.
I knew. Well. I looked that young lady in her face and I said, "Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I find it, I'll let you know, and I'll bring it to you. How about that, girl? I'm not goofy. I'm not going for that."
While you were talking, I just thought about something, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot all about this." Like the Lord, you know what, man? That's why I like having these conversations because jogs up other parts of your life. Like, oh shit, I forgot about that. This girl named Shaida. Yeah, I'm gonna say her name, Shaida, and friend. I don't remember the friend's name. Friend walked past and I wouldn't even know who she is. Shaida was someone I remember I was cool with. She, basically her boyfriend was the plug, and so I pull up at her house, and it's just me, her, and the friend. We all sitting there, in the clouds of Snoop and whatnot. When it was time to go, let me tell you how crazy that's why I say people just underestimate how good God is, right? He be protecting you from the seen and the unseen, baby, okay? This particular day, there came out of nowhere a crackhead. I don't know, he just came it's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like just flew up from the gutters and whatnot. So he came out of nowhere and he was just sitting there like at the front door, and her dog, her little Chihuahua dog, was just sitting there barking at that man. Well, anyway, we finally escaped, and the weed, like I said, was missing. They're like, "Oh, excuse me, what you do with the weed?" And I said, "I don't have it." Like, baby, you need to figure out, like, hurry up and find, what you need to find, and let's keep it moving. Because don't sit here and try to, like, call me a thief. I got a text message from the friend. She's like, "Girl, how dare you sit here and steal from us? You a low life, da-da-da." And I said, I never stole from y'all. So, again, I stopped speaking to Shaida many years after that. She just was, whatever. I don't know. But, hey, hopefully she's doing better in life, and hopefully the friend is doing better as well. So that's all I got to say about that.
I wouldn't have never trusted nobody named Shaida anymore. What was your mama doing?
Well, her mother was Christian. Why? Her dad was Muslim.
Why didn't they you Shaida? Please, somebody. Why? You really? Her mama was Christian and what?
Her dad was Muslim.
You should have known right there. This girl is confused. She don't. You really look down at your beautiful baby. You look down at your beautiful baby girl, looked her in the eyes and said, "Shy Needle, girl, bye, goodbye."
Let me go to the interesting news. Real quick and everything else like that. So, this is a true story. A massive warehouse fire breaks out after an employee shares a video of him recording him lighting toilet paper on fire. In the video, his response was, "If you're not going to pay us enough to live or afford to live, at least pay us enough not to do this." And then he starts a fire on Scott's toilet tissue, the good tissue. Okay? What are your thoughts on that, Ms. Anthony?
First of all, Scott ain't had nothing to do with this. Leave Scott alone. Scott has been cleaning asses for over 50 years now. Scott ain't do nothing to deserve this. Secondly, I get it. I get it. I've been working on the last 10 years. There's all computers and everything like that. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot not to damage somebody's computer. Yeah. It takes a lot not to just trash somebody's stuff. Even now with the job I work at now, they pay me in booty crumbs. They pay me in booty crumbs to handle accounts that have They pay me in booty crumbs to handle accounts that have multi-millions of dollars in it. I just touched an account the other day that had $53 million. I have your social, your phone number, your address, your children, your beneficiaries. Yes, I have access to everything, and you pay me to where my ends don't even meet. The ends arguing with each other. They don't meet. They don't even come around.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
I mean, just hey, like looked at my check, and the first thing popped in my head was, where my scamming ass niggas at? Where they at? Like, I could literally give just all of this information to one of my little scamming ass little YNs. Mm-hmm. And I could rape these people blind, but God is within me, so she will not fail.
Come on.
So I don't want to go to hell, and I don't want to go to jail. So I leave these people accounts alone, and I act like I got some sense, and I go home and I cry in the dark, and I light these candles. This is a candle right here. Y'all don't even know that. This ain't even real light. This ain't light. This ain't no type of Georgia power. This is a big ass candle I got.
Come on, candle. that
you
is,
feel me?
Yes, I do.
These jobs,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, these jobs, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's getting to the point where the teenagers just can't even find a job.
That's true. That's actually very true. You know what? Let me say this real quick. I saw this post that was somewhere.
The unemployment cities got to work at Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, back in real time. I was saying that I saw this post where it said class of 2026. It was like at a strip club. It said class of 2026, we welcome you. At a strip club somewhere in Atlanta. And I said, bro, what is that? What is that?
I mean, at this point, I'm class of 06. They still hiring. Welcome to the stage, Fupa.
Hilarious. Let me real quick before we go ahead and go out. You know what, man? I honestly believe when it comes with jobs, I understand where he's coming from, but it still is not right. I honestly believe when it comes to jobs, they do need to actually pay you more than booty crumbs. Okay, they need to start doing that. Like to me, it's like no one wants the anus dropping of the paychecks that you guys are giving us. That's not okay. These jobs will sit here and overwork you, and they do not care about your mental health. We need to get a paid month, like 1 month out,
No.
like or maybe 2 weeks every month. Every 2 weeks, we need to have a paid mental health week. 2 weeks mental health. We need to get paid to stay home and deal with us our mental. That's what we need to do. But in America, they don't do that.
I, 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 I worked for a job that we had a client that we would work for, and their clients would have mental health like Wednesday, like once a month, which we weren't off because of, the company we worked for, but because they were off, we really didn't, nobody ever, they didn't need any assistance. Nobody called in, nobody had any tickets and stuff like that. So those were days we was like, oh my God, I can't wait to Mental Health Wednesday, because we knew we would have like an easy breezy day. I mean, sometimes I would take a nap at work and I would just wait until, something came about. And it's like I'm off. I was off today, Juneteenth. We don't get paid on none of my
We don't.
holidays. We don't
We
get.
don't.
I said, now Rosa Parks is rolling over in her grave
Mhm.
because Harriet Tubman did not fight for us not to get paid. Like, what you mean you're not gonna pay me on Juneteenth and I'm black? Okay. They lucky I'm not in office. Otherwise, I'll be stealing staplers, paper, pens. My kids back to school would be all the way covered by the people I work for. I don't care. I sure don't. To me, that ain't stealing. That's reparations.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Well, let me as far as let me ask you, I think you pretty much answered unless you have another point. The craziest thing that you've ever seen someone or you do after reaching that breaking point, or somebody else, since you said that you ain't crash out Karen or anything.
You crash out, Kim. The craziest thing I've seen someone do, um, knock all that shit over at work. They just lost it. You know what I'm saying? Like they were overworked, underpaid. They had personal stuff going on. I think they
Yeah.
couldn't. The job wouldn't let them off of work. This is back when I was working at a nursing home. So not only was she literally knocking shit over, but I mean, she didn't necessarily abuse the patients, but I mean, she was not changing people's diapers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've seen. Oh yeah, it get real nasty.
Oh, did she get arrested?
I don't know. I don't know. I think they just fired her and just let her go because these jobs and these corporations, they know they be pushing people to their breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're doing, because a lot of times the supervisor and the team leads, they know it's some BS, but they don't have a choice but to carry out whatever's being given to them from the higher ups. But I mean, that's probably the worst I've ever seen, just in a nursing home. And I'm like, yo, you're dealing with people, like physical people, and to not change them or give them baths. And I mean, but to be honest with you, they do that anyway, whether or not they having a bad day or a good day. I've seen.
let me I'll say this. What I not at my job, but um I will say that I used to work at Walmart, but I saw a video of some, I don't know what Walmart, but this girl had came out of nowhere, got on the intercom and was like, I hate this MFing job. All these managers are some MFing B's, cursing out, say I quit, and she hung the phone, got on loudspeaker, and then people in the comment section said, yeah, like surviving R. Kelly, surviving Walmart. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, Walmart was probably the worst job I've ever had. It was the worst job. Like every time I came to work, my day was going good. I did not want to sit here and turn to a junkie, because that job will turn you into a freaking junkie. Next thing you know, it's gonna be on heroin, like Ray Charles, rest in peace. Or is it? I don't know. You know what I say, man. Some of these people, man, once you hear their backstory, how horrible they were, Listen, I don't know about that rest in peace. You know they be at the funeral. Oh my goodness, insert name here. They are in heaven. No, they ain't. Hell is not empty. And
Okay.
y'all know, wait, I'm gonna break it down real quick. Don't mean to get real spiritual, but every now and again, because I found a like-minded person. Okay, so I can speak the God talk. I can talk it. Y'all don't realize hell is not the final stop. The lake of fire is. Once this whole thing ends, sky cracks the sky, Armageddon comes, all of it is done. Man, just imagine you up there talking to Jesus, and he's like, "So what you finna do? You thinking that you gonna get comfortable? Jesus gonna hit that red button, and you fly down there, and then God's just gonna seal it. And I think God's gonna have like a heavenly like laugh, like the Joker style, but the good part.
Hey, do you like that man do that don't want to after he come over your house do what he finna do to you, and he be like, so shoot, what you about to do after this? Yeah, because I gotta go handle some business. So yeah. I don't listen. I tell my children all the time, anytime they come into contact, or even have to remind myself or other people. I said, listen, everybody not gonna make it to heaven. Somebody got to be evil. Somebody got to be evil. Yeah. So anytime you run into some BS, that I might meet somebody and I see them do something, sideways. I say, yeah, you know what? Everybody ain't gonna make it to heaven. So somebody got to be the villain. I just recently had an uncle pass. He went shit in real life, and they was all in the post. Rest in peace. I said he's finna rest in shit. He's resting in shit. I don't know why y'all thought he's resting in peace. No, he's being tormented. He's being tortured. The Grim Reaper came and got him. Like, auntie, he was a good man. No, he wasn't, auntie. And I'm not finna lie to you. Your husband wasn't shit. He whipped your ass, had a baby by one of your friends. Like, no, that man is not resting in peace. He's resting in too. Huh?
Was he taking care of the kids?
No, nigga, also child support. No,
I
must have made my daddy rest in peace. Baby, your daddy ain't shit. He wasn't shit on earth, and he damn sure ain't shit after earth. Okay, I'm just letting you know that your father is not. You're not gonna see him again. Okay, unless you ain't shit.
You know what? That's why the Bible says, like, a man who doesn't. When they say man, woman or man, all right. So a man who doesn't take care of his family is worse than an infidel. And God does not play about that. You got to take whatever we're supposed to be a good steward over whatever it is that he gives us, right? And so whatever, and also I learned that God, if you can't steward over something small that he's giving you, why would he bless you with something bigger, right? Like you gotta really be, a good steward. So with that being said, man, we are pretty much at the end of the show. As far as I think we pretty much got it all cleared out. Thank you to my guest, Miss Ebony, the comedian. Please tell us before we go, your socials, all your socials, so we can go ahead and support you in any websites that you have, any merch, your next show. Go ahead.
Okay, so you guys can follow me at all social media platforms except for Snapchat and OnlyFans. At Ebony the Comedian. That is Ebony with a Y and not an I. I have Fuck Them Kids t-shirts for sale. I have all kinds of merch. Right now we are working on the next show, but if you follow me online, I promise you will be plugged in. I will let you know. But I have content. I'm constantly dropping videos. I'm working on dropping like at least 2 to 3 a day. So Google me and you're gonna find me.
Well said. All right. Well, guys, make sure you all please like, comment, subscribe, turn this notification bell on. Tell somebody that you love them. Please forgive, okay? Because that person ain't thinking about you no more, or they probably hopefully thinking good thoughts. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. We are out.